Hi, Georgia. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Doing great. To start, when you have a show that is a mystery, I know this is adapted from a book and everyone already kind of loves Lane Moriarty stories, but you still are going to have people who don't know this story. For you as an actor, what's the fun of getting to kind of dive into that mystery within a character and bring it to life when everyone is kind of focused on all these little details when they're watching?
I mean, it was exhilarating and thrilling. Yeah, and a challenge. Very scary. A lot of responsibility. So yeah, but overall just insanely grateful for the opportunity to have this experience. Yeah.
And this I said the show is so fun because like with the siblings there is such a like back and forth that makes it so much like yes this is a family, but Savannah kind of has she's separate from that group of siblings. For you, when you are kind of crafting a character that is not part of this family but ends up kind of being sort of involved with the family, what was it like to kind of get to work with the your other actors and establish that relationship so then you all are kind of on the same page?
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool experience. Especially, Annette, she was so generous with her advice and her time and her opinion. And I was just drinking it up. It's like anything you say is gold. Because not only, she's Annette, but I'm actually just a huge fan of hers. I've been watching her forever and I just love her. Uh, and, I had conversations with Allison and Jake and Connor and Essie all individually about what our relationship is to each other and what that means for the audiences. And that would always involve the director or Melanie. um and then a bit of like, maybe I won't answer your question, kind of like, maybe you don't know what I'm going to do, who knows. Like keeping everyone on their toes a bit, whether they know that or not. And I'm sure they're me, but yeah.
When I It's interesting you brought up Annette because I said to Melanie, by casting Sam Neill, I was like, you're really playing with people who are like, but that's Alan Grant. He can do no wrong. Like I will never suspect that he did anything incorrect. But Annette also has that where you're like, we have to find out. We have to find out what happened because it's Annette Bening. Does that when you are an actor play a part in it where you're like, yeah, that's Sam Neill. I'm not gonna like try and fight him even though my character is.
I mean, yeah, it is intimidating, but once you sort of spend time with them and you're at cast holding or whatever rehearsals, it just becomes about the art and
Hmm.
about the acting, not the person. And I think that's a testament to them as artists, So
Yeah.
yeah, but I do see you. I'm like, oh, it's just it's just little Sam. Not little, but yeah, beautiful Sam. That he's powerhouse on this show. He's really, really compelling. Yeah.
Yeah, and I do think this show is such a specific vibe because it is if you didn't grow up in a tennis family, because I did not, if you didn't grow up in a tennis family, it is kind of you're looking at this tennis world and trying to understand how competitive it is and all of these things. While you didn't have that sibling kind of like they have to be great, did you do any research into like the feel of like what these tennis families are like and how they all interact with each other?
Yeah, so after like I finished the book, which was in the audition process, I
Mhm.
I actually know a lot about a sport, and I went to a school where you can get a scholarship to play netball or to do rowing or whatever. So
Mhm.
I know a lot about competitive natures in sport. I am sporty myself, so I sort of like get that culture like really inherently. Love watching sport, and also I went on a date once with a tennis player, and they're very they're very interesting, like amazing, focused people, dedicated, all that sort of stuff. So like all athletes are. So it's yeah, I feel like I knew a lot about it, but it wasn't very necessary for my character. Yeah.